Good day everyone. I am Daniel Enriquez and I'm here to discuss circular function, specifically the unit circle. So at the end of this video lesson, you will be able to illustrate the unit circle and the relationship between the linear and angular measures of a central angle in a unit circle. Next is convert degree measure to radian measure and vice versa. And lastly, illustrate angles in standard position and coterminal angles. So let us start by having this unit circle given in 3D view created from the software GeoGebra, while this one is a unit circle in 2D view. So why do we need to study unit circle? Unit circle plays an important role in the field of mathematics, particularly in precalculus. It is a basic tool that would help us understand trigonometry and its function. Many professions like engineers, architects, surveyors, soldiers, pilots, and designers, and many more which use the topic angles and its applications in several problems they encounter in their profession while performing their tasks. So let us continue by defining the unit circle. It is a type of circle where the origin of the rectangular coordinate system is found at the center and the radius must be or should be always equal to 1 unit. So just what we have learned from the previous chapter, x squared plus y squared equals r squared is a standard form of equation of a circle whose vertex is at the origin. So by using this and the 1 unit as the radius of our unit circle, now we can have the equation of it as x squared plus y squared equals 1. So how can we determine if a point is outside, inside, or on the unit circle? So, paano ba natin malalaman kung nasa loob siya ng unit circle, nasa labas, o nasa mismong ating unit circle? So, let us discuss that by having this example. Determine if point 1/2, negative 1/2 is on, inside, or outside the unit circle. So, ito yung gagamitin natin. That is the x squared plus y squared. All we have to do is substitute the x and y coordinates in x squared plus y squared. So, our x coordinate in here is 1/2. So, 1/2 square. Plus, then our y coordinate is negative 1/2 square. Then, simplifying this, 1/2 square, that would be 1/4. Negative 1/2 square is still 1/4. 1/4 plus 1/4 is 1/2. So, since 1/2 is less than 1, then the point is inside the unit circle. So, we only have 3 conditions. Kapag ang na-compute natin using x squared plus y squared is less than 1, then the point is inside the unit circle. If greater than 1 naman ang ating na-compute, that is outside the unit circle na. And if our computed number or the resulting number is 1, then that point is on the unit circle. So let us continue by discussing the central angle. Central angle is an angle whose vertex rests on the center of a circle and its sides are radii of the same circle. So let's say the 2 radii are the segments from this center up to this point xy, and the segment which rests on the x-axis. Therefore, this angle T is a central angle. Another thing is an arc S will be generated and will always be equal to our angle T, which is the central angle. Yung angle T at yung ating intercepted arc S ay laging equal. Let's say ang ating angle T is 30 degrees, our arc must be 30 degrees as well. So, always remember kapag calculus na tayo or calculus ang ating pinag-uusapan, radian measure ang lagi nating gagamitin. Or preferably, yun yung ginagamit. So, radian measure will be discussed in this slide. So, a unit circle has circumference 2 pi. A central angle that measures 360 degrees has measure equivalent to 2 pi radians. So, syempre, if our central angle covers the whole circle, then the measurement must be 360 degrees. And since the circumference of the unit circle is 2 pi, therefore, 2 pi is equal to 360 degrees. Or we can say that pi is equal to 180 degrees. Now, we can use this pi equals 180 degrees to convert degree measure to radian measure. So, to convert a degree measure, kapag ang binigay sa atin ay in degree, kailangan natin i-multiply by pi over 180 degrees. Now, to convert a radian measure to degree, kapag radian measure ang binigay sa atin, we have to use or we have to multiply it by 180 over pi. So, let's discuss these common angles na makikita sa ating unit circle. Yun ay yung 30 degrees, 45, 60, so on and so forth. So, sila yung common kasi sila yung palaging ginagamit. And then, as you can see in this illustration, yung 30 degrees, 45, 60, sila yung binigay in degree measure. While yung pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, pi over 2, sila yung nasa radian measure. So, how do we convert that? That is by using pi over 180 degrees or 180 degrees over pi. So, let's take an example. Let's say 60 degrees. Let's convert that in radian measure. So, all we have to do is multiply it by pi over 180 degrees so that the degree would be cancelled out. So, 60 pi over 180 degrees, dividing both numerator and denominator by 60 degrees, that would be pi over 3. So, where is 60 degrees? This one. Its corresponding radian measure would be pi over 3. Next is 150 degrees. Again, we multiply it by pi over 180 degrees. So, we can have 150 pi over 180. That would be, or let's divide both numerator and denominator by 30. So, we can have pi over 6. Next one is, this time naman, yung radian measure yung binigay sa atin, which is 3 pi over 4. Where is 3 pi over 4? The resulting degree measure must be 135 degrees. So, ang gagamitin naman natin, instead of pi over 180 degrees is yung 180 degrees over pi naman. So that yung pi would be cancelled out. So, 3 times 180, that would be 540 over 4. Simplifying it, we can have 135 degrees. So, next or lastly, sa ating common angles, we have 3 pi over 2. Where is 3 pi over 2? This one. The resulting degree measure must be 270 degrees. So, multiplying it by 180 degrees over pi, cancel out pi. 3 times 180 is still 540 divided by 2, that would be 270 degrees. So, as easy as that. Now, what if hindi naman common angle? Yung ating example, syempre, ganun pa rin yung gagawin natin. Or yung mga conversion units na gagamitin. So, let's have example. Convert 35 degrees and 230 degrees measures to radians. So, first, 35 degrees, multiply it by pi over 180 degrees. We can have, cancel na yung degree na symbol. So, 35 times pi, 35 pi, and then over 180 degrees. And then, dividing both numerator and denominator by 5, we can have 7 pi over 36 rad. So, wag po natin kakalimutan yung rad so that yung radian measure would be emphasized. Next is 230 degrees. I-multiply din natin siya sa pi over 180 degrees. Cancel ng degree equals 230 times pi over 180. Then, divide both numerator and denominator by 10. We can have 23 pi over 18 rad. Next, express pi over 5 and 2 pi over 3 radians to degree measure. So, this time, radian ang binigay, degree measure natin siya i-convert. So, we have pi over 5 times 180 over pi. Cancel out pi, 180 degrees, 5 over 5, that would be 36. Next is 2 pi over 3 times 180 degrees over pi. Cancel out na yung pi. Then 2 times 180 degrees is 360 degrees. 3 times 1 would be 3. 360 degrees divided by 3 is 120 degrees. Now let us continue by having the last subtopic, which is the angles in standard position and the coterminal angles. Let's start with angles in standard position. The positioning of an angle is called the standard position. It is in standard position when the initial side coincides with the positive x-axis. Diba ito yung ating x-axis? The positive side of that x-axis is from this origin brightward. So, as you can see, yung initial side, nandun siya sa ating x-axis. While yung ating namang terminal side ay ito. And yung kanyang vertex ay dapat makikita sa ating origin. The initial side of an angle is the ray where the measurement of an angle starts. So, dun tayo mag-start sa ating initial side. While the terminal side is the ray where the measurement of an angle ends. So, kapag nagme-measure tayo ng degree ng ating angle using a protractor, dapat hanapin natin yung ating initial side para doon natin titignan kung saan nagsimula yung angle and also the terminal side kung saan siya magtatapos. So, always remember kapag angles in standard position ang pinag-uusapan, kapag ang ating angle, ang direction niya ay papuntang counterclockwise, or ito, katulad nito, counterclockwise ang kanyang direction, it means siya ay positive angle. On the other hand, kapag naman clockwise ang ating direction ng angle or ng angle na to, then we can have a negative angle. So, let's say for example, using a protractor, we found out that this is a 50-degree angle. So, what would be its sign? Is it the positive or negative? That is positive kasi ang kanyang direction is counterclockwise. So, this would be positive 50 degrees. On the other hand, ito naman, which is clockwise ang direction, magiging negative 50 degrees. So, now let's have the coterminal angles. Two angles in the standard position that have the same terminal side are called coterminal angles. So, masasabi natin na ang dalawang angles ay coterminal angles kapag sila ay nag-share ng terminal side. So, by looking at this illustration, we actually have two involved na angles. First is yung 30 degrees o yung green one. Ang kanyang direction ay pa counterclockwise kaya siya ay positive 30 degrees. On the other hand, yung violet is clockwise ang kanyang direction, clockwise. That's why it's negative 330 degrees. So, two angles are coterminal. Masasabi natin coterminal sila kapag yung difference nilang dalawa is a multiple of 360 degrees kapag nasa degree measure. 2 pi naman, multiple ng 2 pi kapag nasa radian measure. So, let's have this as our example. So, 30 degrees, sabi difference, so we have to subtract minus negative 330 degrees, that would be 360 degrees. And 360 degrees is a multiple of 360 degrees. Therefore, they are really coterminal angles. So, also we have to remember, para natin mahanap yung coterminal ng isang angle, we have to yung given angle plus 360 degrees times k, and then yung k na yon depends sa ating rotation o yung bilang ng rotation from initial side. Halimbawa, 2 beses ka umikot, kailangan times 2. Pag isang beses, times 1. So, halimbawa, hanapin natin yung coterminal ni negative 330 degrees. Hindi natin alam na 30 degrees. Halimbawa, hanapin natin siya. By using this, yung given angle, negative 330 degrees, plus 360, isang ikot lang naman yung ginawa, that would be 30 degrees. Kaya meron tayong 30 degrees as coterminal ni negative 330 degrees. Kapag naman radian measure ang binigay, which is madidiscuss mamaya, ito yung gagamitin natin. Pi is equal to, or the angle is equal to the given angle plus 2 pi times k. So, let's have more examples about coterminal angles. Determine if negative 410 and 180 degrees are coterminal angles. So, para natin malaman kung sila ay coterminal angles, kailangan ipag-subtract natin yung dalawang angles. So, negative 410 degrees minus 180 degrees is equal to negative 590 degrees. Is negative 590 degrees a multiple of 360? No. So, that's why they are not coterminal. Next example. Find the two positive angles that are coterminal with an angle that measures 60 degrees. So, by using this guide, we can have these following solutions. Ang hinahanapan natin ng coterminal angle ay yung 60 degree na angle. So, yun yung given angle, 60 degrees, plus 360 degree times 1 to find for the first angle sa unang rotation. That is 420, or 60 plus 360 is 420. Ang pinahanap sa atin ay two positive angles, kaya dapat yung another k is 2. So, 60 degrees plus 360 times 2, that would be 780 degrees. Therefore, the two positive angles that are coterminal with 60 degree angle is 420 degrees and 780 degrees. Example number 3. Find one positive angle and one negative angle that are coterminal with an angle measuring 5 pi over 6. So, ito na yung gagamitin nating guide or formula. So, here's the solution. 5 pi, yung ating given angle, plus 2 pi times 1. Bakit yung k natin ay times 1? Kasi, positive angle at yung first angle lang na positive ang hanapin natin. Kaya times 1. Kapag naman negative angle, yan, negative 1 yung kailangan nating k kasi negative angle. Sa negative rotation. Kapag positive rotation, positive din dapat yung k natin. So, ulit, 5 pi over 6 plus 2 pi times 1 is equal to The LCD is 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1 times 5 pi is 5 pi. 6 divided by 1 is 6 times 2 pi times 1 is 12 pi. 12 pi plus 5 pi is 17 pi over 6. Next one is 5 pi over 6 plus 2 pi times negative 1. Bakit nga negative 1 instead of positive 1? Kasi nga, we are about to find negative angle. So, dapat negative rotation ang meron tayo so that the value of k must be negative 1. Equals 5 pi minus 12 pi over 6. Bakit naging ganon? LCD, 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1 times 5 pi is 5 pi. 6 divided by 1 is 6 times 2 pi. 12 pi times negative 1 is negative 12 pi. Equals 5 pi minus minus 12 pi is negative 7 pi over 6. That's it. Next, let's have example number 4 or the last example. Find the angle coterminal with negative 420 degrees that has measured between negative 360 degrees and 0 degree. So, by using this illustration, we can say that yung negative 420 degrees ay nasa 4th quadrant. From the initial side, which lies on the x-axis or positive x-axis. Simula dyan, umikot siya in negative position or yung clockwise, that is negative 360 plus another 60 degrees, negative 60 degrees, that would be negative 420 degrees. So, we can say that yung hinahanap natin coterminal angle ni negative 420 is yung negative 60 degrees. Or simply, negative 420 degrees plus 360 degrees is equal to negative 60 degrees. So, I hope you have learned something from this video lesson. Na-meet naman natin yung ating mga objectives. That would be all. Thank you.